Hi, this is Glenda, and today I'm making an oatmeal milk and honey soap. I have here the recipe. I'm going to put a link in the description box to it below in case you want to see. I will be using the oatmeal milk and honey fragrance from Nature's Garden, which smells very good, by the way. I'll be using some actual honey, just a little bit. I have here some colloidal oatmeal, and then I'm also going to put some milk. For milk, I will be using coconut milk. I'm using a similar can to this one, but I'm only using a small portion that I froze ahead, and I have it on the container where the oils will be. I made some oats with soap dough ahead, and I'm gonna show you how I did that briefly. In addition to that, I also made some melt and pour hexagons to simulate the honeycomb on top of the soap. So this is how I made the oatmeal. I used beige color soap dough, and I rolled it into a small log, and I'm trying to give it an oval shape because that's usually the shape oatmeal or oats have. And then I just slice it thinly to create the oats. They were sticking to each other, so I did dust them with some cornmeal, which is why they see a little bit whitish on the video. I master batch my oils so that whenever I want to make soap, all I have to do is melt them from the container in which I keep them and then measure them out in the amount that I need for that specific recipe. And that's what I'm doing right now. The temperature of the oils is currently 95 Fahrenheit or 34 Celsius, which is a little bit too cold considering that the milk is frozen and I want the oils to be able to melt it. So I'm going to put it in the microwave for a little bit to warm it up. Okay, I'm back, and now it's at 43 Celsius or 108 Fahrenheit, which sounds better. I will be adding the coconut milk indirectly to the oils. Coconut milk has a lot of fats, so I figure it might go well with the oils, but I'm not sure. I know that when I use other types of milk, I usually use add it to the light water solution when it's frozen, but I feel that since I'm using a very small amount, it's okay to add it to the oils. And then here I have the light water solution, which you are going to notice turn pink. This is actually distilled, no, it's not distilled water, it is rainwater. And I don't know if because of the acidity or why it turned pink, but it did. However, the soap turned out good anyway. I have it at room temperature, which for me it's 75 degrees Fahrenheit. And I think I'm going to add the colloidal oatmeal to the light water before mixing them together. I'm going to use about, let's see, 3 teaspoons. When I was growing up, my mom used to make us a drink that was pretty much just water mixed with finely ground oats, very similar to colloidal oatmeal, at least in appearance. And then she will add some sugar and sometimes even cinnamon. So whenever I mix colloidal oatmeals with the light water, it reminds me of this drink. But I'm not gonna drink it, don't worry. So I'm not sure, but because of that, I was thinking that maybe the colloidal oatmeal will be more water soluble than oil soluble. But I don't know. This is just from my childhood memories. I do know that not all of the oatmeal ever dissolved. There was always some powder at the bottom of our cup. So we were supposed to like mix it and then drink it. The honey, I think I'm going to add it directly to the oils. I don't remember what is the best way to do it. I believe when it's crystallized like mine is, I'm supposed to melt it with hot water first or dissolve it with hot water, but I'm not going to do that. I'm using a very small amount too. What I'll do is that I'll add it to the oils and then I'm going to blend it and hopefully it will be evenly distributed. I'm also going to blend the oat powder, the colloidal oatmeal, with the light water because it doesn't seem to be dissolving quite easily, and hopefully that will help. So not all of the oatmeal has dissolved, some of it has clumped. So I think I'm going to pass it through a strainer before adding it to the oils. Before I do all that, I'm going to have the fragrance ready in case things go awry. And I'll do quick sharpers with the blender to bring it to light trace. So I alternated doing sharpers with the stick blender for like 3 seconds and then stirring and then doing the stick blender again, and this lasted about a minute. Okay, it looks like I have reached emulsion phase. So I'm going to go ahead and add the fragrance. I'm going to take the temperature really quick just to make sure that the sugar in the coconut milk and in the honey is not causing this to overheat. It is at 90 degrees Fahrenheit, so it doesn't seem to be the case. I will try to blend it a little bit more to reach medium trace. And this is just so that I don't have to wait a long time for the soap to set up in the mold in order to add the embeds on top. I can see that some bubbles had formed on the surface of the soap, probably from the stick blender, so I'm going to tap it on the counter lightly just to see if they will break off. The soap seems to be at medium trace. I'm going to show you a close-up in case you're not familiar with that, if you are new to soap making, and you can see it here. So I'm going to go ahead and pour it into the mold. 4 days later, I was finally able to cut this soap. It took a while because I did not let it go through gel phase since it had honey and coconut milk, and the sugars in both of those could have caused it to overheat had it gone through gel phase. So it just took a while for this to be ready to be cut, but I like how the color lightened up to like a light beige. And this is it. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully I will see you next week. Next, I'm gonna show you a picture though of the final bars that I took for my website. Bye.